Okay, so I thought I'd do this little tutorial about how I have my phone set up after I did a tutorial on Spotify and things like that in case this helps anyone. I don't know if it will, but yeah, it's at the very least, it's a little times capsule for me, and you can pick and choose what you like out of this setup and figure out what works for you. So, first things first, I'm running a Pixel 2 XL, but this should work on any Android phone as I'm not using anything that's particular to the Pixel, especially the Pixel 2. And I'm running Niagara Pro launcher, but you could also run the Niagara launcher. There's just a couple things that I use from the Pro version that I mostly pay for via Google Rewards, if you haven't done that already as well, that I find handy. And how I have it set up is just this typical black gradient home screen here. And I just have a clock widget. I have this one widget that gives me the date and my battery percentage and the weather and my calendar. And this operates by being able to click it there, and I can navigate through my schedule for the week. I can click on a certain day that will take me to that day, and I can add new events to my calendar this way. And I can also check the weather for the day, which is something that, you know, we are constantly doing in Nova Scotia all the time and talking about it. But one of the main complaints so far that I wish I could fix about this is being able to open a weather app by clicking this, just like how this opens Google Calendar. I wish that clicking this would allow me to open a weather app, but that's something that I'll have to look into in the future. You know, I could add a weather app to here, but I like having it just chilling it up there. Just because if you want to navigate to, like, I don't know, 3 days from now, scrolling like that is just really annoying. And I think this only does 24 hours or maybe 48. So it's just really not super convenient. But this is handy and where I organize most of my life. After that, when I'm talking to people and realize that I need to do something, I have my Todoist app as the first thing on my phone. So very easy to add stuff. And the great thing about it is it's so quick to just open this up, press add, and then say Friday, which gets read by Todoist, and then do laundry or something like that. I don't know, something easy. And then you can change this so quickly. And be like, oh no, it's actually Sunday that's happening. And I love Todoist for that feature that it reads the dates and things like that. And it's so easy to add stuff to my schedule. And it has a link with Google Calendar as well. So then it can start showing up here. Just like these pale red marks are all stuff from my Todoist. After that, I just have Spotify and Pocket Casts so that I can listen to music and listen to podcasts very quickly. I have my texting apps in here, my emailing apps in there, and then I have photos, maps, and camera, which are all pretty self-explanatory right there. The only thing that can make this a bit more streamlined is I know there's a feature to be able to open the camera by double tapping the power button, but I just found that to have more friction than just opening the camera button. So that's why I haven't. That's why I've left this on here and just had that. But I still think, only having, what is that, seven folders or apps are pretty good. The other thing I have is this Google search button. So if you need to Google search Pol Pot, there you go. It's right there. And that's really easy to just open up. And it's the same thing, just like any Android device normally has that Google search bar somewhere in the on the home screen. And that's another thing about the Pixel. Actually, I'm not running a Pixel 2. Why did I say that? I'm running a Pixel 5, I want to say. I don't know. I forget what I'm doing. So, but it isn't a Pixel 2 XL. I miss my Pixel 2 XL because it had the feature where you could squeeze the bottom and it would initiate a Google search, which was really cool way of doing it. And unfortunately, that's not available anymore. And same thing with this button. If I take this button and I press up on it, I open up my Notion, and I have this set to this page that I have called Loose. So I can just quickly jot down notes, not so much tasks, because that would go down to Todoist, obviously. But if I need to be like, oh, Pol Pot was born in Cambodia and not Laos, because I always forget that, and then I can just submit it there. And then I can also, this is another way that I can navigate to my Todoist if I need to to my Notion. But otherwise, I still have this floating menu on the side for if I need to just be like, I have this under notes, and I can just jump into my notes. Something that I use maybe twice per week that I don't have in my regular rotation of apps here, just because I don't use it every day, is phone. So then I can just come to phone really quickly. Um, Yeah, and then everything else is kind of like a single use case of things. If I need Instagram to talk to someone, have it right there. If I need Snapchat, I have it right there. And it's really easy to just navigate that sidebar. The only thing that I need kind of once a week or so is if I need a new app. I found the best way of doing that is actually to come here when I'm searching my apps, and I can press this search feature. And if I need like a new dog app and I don't have the app, I can just press the magnifying glass icon. It will open Play Store for me. And then I can check here. And then if I need something else, I can just press back and be right into the Play Store. So that's something I find really helpful. I'm also running Niagara's notification summary here, which I think every 6 hours, all my notifications that aren't silenced, and you can pick which notifications you want as well. So for me, Discord is one that I get a shit ton of notifications from that I don't necessarily need to see all the time in, regular social media like Instagram, YouTube, some of my sports ones where I just read those stories on my own time. I can just get them sent to me at the end of the day, like every 6 hours kind of thing. And that's really a real nice way of being notified when about notifications that I need right away, like a text from my partner or family or a work email. But then these other notifications can just be grouped and given to me once per day. But yeah, that's kind of how I organized my workflow around my phone and how I have my phone set up visually to compensate and work around that workflow. And I hope that this helps someone else and you can pick and choose what you like about it. But yeah, cheers. Have a good one.